Good evening. My name is Rodolfo Aquino Jr. I am a faculty of Polytechnic University of the Philippines, Quezon City branch. So I made this video is because of the ongoing sports fest that is happening in the campus, and a lot of my students are requesting me to attend the event and not to attend my class. Very ironic, ano? But eventually, the government suspends the class for starting tomorrow, September 17, 18, and 19, because of the, what you call that, transport strike for uh, uh, for uh, for the public, though that would be including the students. So medyo mahirapan sila bumiyahe para makapunta sa school. So that's the reason I made this video. Para naman hindi kami mapag-iwanan sa klase. Kaya I am requesting na lang dun sa mga estudyante na panoorin to, no? And hindi lang panoorin, kundi i-like at subscribe at i-share para maging updated sila sa mga next lessons na pag-aaralan natin tagpong ito. So this time we will be discussing the introduction of distribution management. So I think this will be for third year marketing management students, no? Marketing management. Let me check. Yes, marketing management student. So second year, I should say. So it's not third year. So second year, marketing management student. This video is for them para at least maging updated sila pagdating sa class discussion. Okay? So I hope everybody will going to listen very carefully on this particular topic. So this is very important because it is the start of the semester, and I think uh, it will be very helpful for each and everyone of the students enrolled in distribution management because distribution plays a very big role in marketing, especially we need to understand how the product or services are being distributed uh, by the company directly to their customers or consumers. So let us begin. So allow me to share my lecture on this video. Wait lang po. Share natin. Okay. Yan po. Nakikita niyo po yung screen ko. Okay. So the subject is distribution management. Uh, uh, equivalent to 3 units, and there is no prerequisite for this subject. Okay. So first description will be This course will go into to provide an in-depth understanding of distribution management principles, strategies, and practices. So on this particular course, we'll be discussing the principles, strategies that we need to apply in every commodity, and what are the ongoing practices that is available in our market. So students will go into explore the various elements of distribution, including the channel design, the logistics, the inventory management, and what is the transportation that they will be applying on distributing. This course also examine the impact of technology and e-commerce on the distribution network. So I hope that each and everyone uh, already know what is meant by distribution network. So this is where the product transfer, no, from in marketing kasi there are four trade channels. No? We call it the manufacturer, then goes to the wholesaler, then goes to the which that retailer, then goes directly to the what to the consumer, wherein the product will going to consume and use and dispose by our clients. So definitely regarding that particular transfer, so we are already understanding. We have already an understanding regarding the distribution. So let's say from the manufacturer down to the wholesaler, down to the retailer, and down to the ultimate consumer. So these are the learning outcomes, no, on this particular lesson. So I want you to analyze. So these learning outcomes will be realized after the semester. So for this particular topic, this is the outline. Okay. So in week 1 and 2, so that this will be an introduction to distribution management. Then we will be discussing the definition and the scope of distribution management, the importance of distribution in the supply chain. So we know what is supply chain all about. Then the historical development of distribution practices, and then of course we'll be discussing trends and challenges in the distribution management. So before anything else, we need to define what is meant by distribution management. So it refers to the strategic planning, organization, and control of the processes involved in getting the product from the manufacturer to the producer up to the end consumer. Okay? So yun nga introduction natin kanina. No? And it will going to encompass all the activities. It will going to encompass all activities, strategies, and techniques used to ensure the efficient flow of goods and services from the point of production up to the point of consumption while optimizing costs and meeting customer demand. So from that definition, we will be having an idea that uh, this upon studying distribution, so we are referring on the transfer. No? We are referring on the transfer from what? From the point of production to the point of consumption. So we are referring already the four what? Four trade channels in marketing, namely manufacturer, the wholesaler, the retailer, and the what? End consumer. So at least from that, we will be having an idea what is distribution management. So let's go to the scope. So what are the scopes? So number one of the scope of the distribution. So but number one is the channel design. So when we say channel design, It is deciding on the most effective and efficient what? Distribution channel, which or such as direct selling, wholesalers, retailers, or e-commerce platform, or a combination of this based on the target market or product type. So upon distributing products, so we need to identify the channel design. So whether we will be using only a direct selling method. So pwede rin naman yan. Or we could be a wholesaler, or we could decide that we need to be a retailer, let's say for example, or we'll be doing online selling, like the use of e-commerce platform, something like that that's available in the market. So we have Lazada, Shopee, Temu, Shein, uh, etc. No? Marami pa. And combination. So you have the e-commerce platform, or you are doing online selling. At the same time, you are retailing physically, or you are doing two or more than two design at all at the same time. Ang tawag natin doon is omni-channel strategy. Okay? So what's the next? No? So logistics. No? So when you distribute products, so you will be repairing also what logistics that you will be using on distributing your product. So what is logistics? So managing the physical movement of the product, including transportation. So when we say transportation, we are referring to what? Wheeled vehicles like motorcycles, like four wheels, like six wheels, like 10-wheeler trucks, something like that. So those are what? Part of the transportation for land. So in the first place, we have different modes of transportation, like we have the air transportation, we have the sea transport, and we have the land transport. Then what else? We have the train, rail transport. We are referring to rail transport, and the last one is pipeline, yung mga tubo. Okay? Ano ba yung mga products na tumadaan sa tubo? So we have oils, gases, something like that. Yun yung mga products na pinapadaan sa tubo. So another scope is what? Inventory management. No? So when we are talking of inventory management, so determining the appropriate level of what? Appropriate level of inventory to meet customer demand while minimizing holding costs. So when we say holding costs, we are referring to what? We are referring to what you call this? We are referring to how do we hold the product. So are we maintaining a warehouse, something like that? So there are warehouses that are small, and there are warehouses that are very very big, something like that. No? And some products requires a very good temperature. Let's say, for example, refrigeration. Like for example, may mga ating mga products na it needs to have a very good refrigeration. Like for example, ice cream, something like that. No? Dapat buong-buo pa rin yan pagdating doon sa ating consumer. So try to imagine, nakarating yung ice cream sa ating consumer na tunaw na. So are you going to buy that? Yes or no? Of course, no, you will not going to buy that items because tunaw na eh. So hindi na siya ice. Siguro melted cream, parang ganun. No? Something like that. And of course, stock outs, also a factor. Yung mga tinatawag nating mga products na mabilis na nauubos, or saan natin ilalagay yung ating mga new stocks kapag deliver natin. And of course, we need to manage also the waste. No? yung mga nasasayang na mga produkto natin. Like for example, nasisira. Yan, isang example yan. So that's why it is very important to have a warehouse so that we could able to hold or keep our product. No? And techniques like ABC analysis. ABC analysis is the operation management approach or total quality management topic wherein you need to label. No? Label natin yung mga products according to letters. Like for example, letter A, letter B, and letter C. Kaya nga tatawag na ABC analysis wherein we will be identifying letter A are all what? Perishable products. And anyway, ano ba yung mga perishable na yung nasisira, yung mga nabubulok or madaling mag-deteriorate yung quality, something like that. And just in time, ito yung mga ginagamit ng ibang mga uh, convenience store. Like for example, on convenience store, so it is therefore identified that they don't have what? Huge warehouses, no? So, kaya kung ano lang nakikita mo dun sa kanilang selling area, yun na yun, yung stocks na yun. So, definitely, kapag nabungi yung kanilang stocks, dun lang sila umu-order ng product. So, ang tawag natin doon, just in time. Okay? So, just in time, galing sa mga Hapon yan, no? Yung strategy na yan. Then, of course, another scope is the order processing. So, when we say order processing, handling and processing customer orders efficiently and accurately, including entry or order entry, order picking, and packing, and order shipment. So when we say order processing, we are talking of what? Papers, no? Sa yung mga papeles ng ating mga orders. So saan pinick up, saan pinak, saan nag-entry, something like that, no? And saan, what shipment number so that we could easily identify yung tinatawag nating order shipment. So we call it order processing. Then another scope is warehousing. Yan, panggit ko na nga kanina. So when we say warehousing, managing storage facilities including the design, the layout, operation of warehouses or distribution centers, excuse me. Efficient warehousing can help reduce storage costs. Mapapababa natin storage cost natin pagka-efficient yung ating strategy in storing our products and expedite order fulfillment. So when we say order fulfillment, so we already fulfilled na. When we say fulfilled, tapos yung product. So nakarating ng maayos sa customer na walang masyadong feedback, something like that. Na? Number 6, transportation management. So what is that? No? So we are discussing scope. No? Scope. Ano ba yung mga sasakupan ng distribution management? So, kasama si transportation management. So sabi ko nga sa inyo, we have different types of transportation. We have air, we have sea, we have land, we have rail, we have pipelines. Then, of course, managing the movement of goods from one location to another, selecting the most effective. So kapag pinili natin si air transport, ito yung pinakamabilis. But therefore, kasi aeroplano siya, air siya, siya din yung pinakamahal. So pag pinili natin sa tren, ito yung pinakamura, pero meron pang mas mura sa tren, like ship, no? Yung mga barko na pwede nating magamit on transporting our products. Okay? I hope you are understanding what I am discussing. So marami pa. Then, of course, technology integration. So what is meant by, this is another scope, technology integration, utilizing information system, software and technology like what? The GPS. What is GPS? Global Positioning System. Okay? Or some companies are using RFIDs to what? To track, no? To track orders, no? And to identify Yung GPS, pwede siguro ikabit. But yung RFID, pwede ikabit sa product to track where the product is. Something like that. No? And barcoding to enhance the visibility or traceability and efficient within the distribution network. So, hindi makapagsinungaling yung mga drivers natin o yung mga pahinantes because mayroong GPS na naka-install doon sa sakyan. So, sabi nila, malapit na raw sila. Pero nakikita natin sa mapa, ang layo-layo pa pala. Parang naliligaw na. So, yung mapa, they could use Google Maps or yung Waze. Another is performance management, yung ating mga tao. Let's say, for example, yung driver, yung pahinante, something like that, yung mag-aayos ng mga natin, ng order processing natin. So, these are the people. So, definitely, we are monitoring also their performance, establishing key performance indicator. Kaya, key performance indicator, gagamit tayo niyan to evaluate the performance of the distribution. So definitely, dalawa lang yung taong tinutukoy natin, no? Yung driver and the pahinante. Distribution system and making continuous improvements. So kung meron tayong nakitang hindi maganda, so definitely it will be reflected on their feedback, something like that. Then, of course, this includes measuring the service quality, cost effectiveness, and responsiveness of this personnel, yung mga taong ang tinutukoy natin. Then, of course, number 9, another scope, which is what? Environmental and ethical considerations. Ano ba yung mga applicable laws or regulations doon sa ating addressing the sustainability and ethical issues within the distribution, such as reducing the environmental impact through what? Green logistics practices. What do you mean by green logistics practices? Ito ba yung pipinturahan mo ng kulay green yung sakyan mo? Tama ba yan? So definitely hindi ganun yun, no? So when we say green logistics practices, like the use of e-bikes, the use of e-vehicles, electric vehicles, I should say. And of course, yung ating mga drone, some countries are using drone delivery. No? So when we say drone delivery, so that is point to point, no? From the origin up to the customer's location or something like that, and ensuring ethical sourcing and fair treatment of employees and suppliers. So ito yung mga dapat nating sundin na batas. So of course, they are promoting already the green logistics practices, the use of e-vehicles, e-bikes, something like, or e-cars, something like that, to deliver our product, something like that. So following the green logistics practices, something like that. And number 10, the regulatory compliance, adhering to laws and regulations governing distribution of goods and services, including what? Customs, import and export regulations, and product safety standards. So we need to follow this. It is very important. Also, we will be discussing that once we on the legal and regulatory chapter of our instruction materials. Okay. And number 11, the customer service. No, so these are what? These are the people who will be monitoring our distribution, no? on distributing our products on our customers or in the market. No? So we call it the customer service, ensuring that the customer orders are delivered on time and in the right condition as promised. No, remember we promised that in our customer na talagang makakarating yung product sa kanila. So because of the distribution. as good customer service is a crucial aspect of successful distribution management. And number 12, risk management. So what are the types of risk, no? That we might encounter? So ang dami-dami nating risk na dapat na i-consider. Like for example, in our country, lahat ng bagyo dumadaan sa bansa from letter A up to letter Z, no? Something like that, na lagi tayong binabagyo. At hindi lang tayo binabagyo, binabaha pa. Something like that. So, you need to consider that also. Binabaha pa yung ating mga. So what could be the mitigation kapag ganun yung nangyari sa ating shipment? So definitely, we need to employ what? We need to employ yung tatawag natin insurance. No? Insurance. There must be an insurance to our people. And insurance also not only on our people but also on the product. It will going to apply. No? So dito sa bansa natin, dalawang klase ang insurance. No? We have the TPL, dalawang klase pala, dalawang klase. We have the TPL, we are referring to third-party liability. And the other one is what? Comprehensive. So, if you were going to ask, ano yung pagkakaiba ng dalawa? So, yung comprehensive, mas mahal kaysa kay TPL. So, kapag ka comprehensive, from what? First party hanggang third party. So, first, second, and third. Si third party, alam natin, third party lang. So, like for example, no? Sa vehicle collision, banggaan. So, sino sa first party? So, definitely si first party yung driver. O, saka yung mga nakasakay doon sa sasakyan. E paano yung kabila? Second party na ba tawag natin doon? Hindi. First party pa rin yun. Yung driver nun, saka yung mga passenger nun. Then, sino sa second party? Kung tatanungin natin. Second party is what? Ito yung sasakyan. Yung na-damage na sasakyan. Okay? Eh, sino naman sa third party? Ito yung nadamay sa labas ng sasakyan. Halimbawa, nagkabungguan. May na-sandwich sa tao. Huwag naman sana mangyari. O na-sandwich, nagbungguan niya dalawang sasakyan, na-sandwich yung tao sa patay. So, yun yung third party. Something like that. No? So, si comprehensive, sinasagot yung tatlo. First, second, and third party. While on the other hand, si third party liability, kaya nga tinawag na third party liability, ang sagot lang ng insurance is yung third party. Up to how much? So, sad thing is up to 20,000 pesos only. Yun lang. So, depende sa insurance kung magkano ang binibigay ng insurance company. Okay? So, yun yung pagkakaiba ng dalawa. Okay? So, distribution management is a comprehensive discipline that involves planning, organizing, and control of various processes and activities that facilitate the movement of products and services to customer efficiently and effectively while considering cost, quality, and service aspects. Plays a pivotal role in supply chain management and is essential for meeting customer expectation and maintain competitive edge in the marketplace. So, those are the scope. So, bakit natin sinabi, no? Ano yung mga reasons, no? Bakit sinabing pivotal or vital role in the supply chain? Ang alin? Yung distribution management. So, let us continue, no? We're discussing vital role. So, number one is what? One reason is what? Customer satisfaction. So, when we say customer satisfaction, distribution ensures that the products and services reach customers in a timely and efficient manner. Meeting customer demands and expectation is primarily objective of supply chain and effective distribution is the key to achieving goal. Timely means mabilis. Accurate order fulfillment lead to higher customer satisfaction and loyalty. So, uulit ko yung ating customer kapag ka, ano, na-satisfied si customer. So, that is the reason, one reason. That's why tinawag siya na vital role. Then, reduce lead times. Efficient distribution helps in reducing lead times. No? So, lead times, ito yung time on the manufacture, on the production, up to delivery and the use, no? Or the receipt of the product to our customer. No? Ito yung reduce lead time. So, kung gano'ng kahaba man yan, dapat umigsi siya. So, kapag umigsi, mas magugustuhan tayo ni customer. So, efficient distribution helps in reducing lead times between production and consumption. Shorter lead times means companies can respond more quickly to market demands, reduce inventory carrying costs, and improve overall supply chain responsiveness. So that's meant by reduce lead time. Another reason is what? Cost optimization. So what is meant by that? Distribution can account for a significant portion of overall supply chain costs. Efficient distribution can help reduce transportation and warehousing costs. Dito na lang sa transportation, napakagastos niya. Anong klaseng vehicle yung ginamit, anong klaseng transportation yung ginamit, something like that. At ano yung fuel na ginamit. Dito pa naman sa bansa natin, usong-uso pa rin ang fuel. So hindi pa rin na nababago yung traditional na fuel consumption yung ating mga sasakyan. Okay? So, kailangan papababa yun. So, in transportation, paano papababa yun? So, syempre, kung magaling yung driver ng sasakyan, so alam niya kung saan siya dadaan in cases of traffic, in cases of congestion, in cases of what? Emergencies. So, alam niya kung saan siya dadaan. Kahit paikot-ikutin pa siya ng mapa, hindi siya maliligaw. Alam niya kung saan siya dadaan. Okay? So, from point A to point B, yun yung pinakamadaling paraan para makatipid sa fuel costs. Kasi, or let's say it is a straight line. Point A to point B. Paano kung hindi niya alam yung mga pasikot-sikot? So, baka mahirapan na siya makarating doon sa delivery address. So, this in turn contributes to increased cost effectiveness within the supply chain, yung cost optimization. That is another reason. So another is market expansion. Market expansion, effective distribution allows companies to reach a wider customer base and explore new market. This is especially important to business looking to expand their geographic reach. No? Hindi naman ang objective ni supply chain. So madagdagan yung kanyang mga dinideliveran. So importante na so mag-expand sa market yung ating mga taga-deliver ng ating product. So something like they need to multiply. No? So mas maraming dinideliver, mas maraming kita. So we call it what? Market expansion. And of course, risk mitigation. So you are hiring people, or let's say for example, driver, dapat maalam siya at least yung mga minor repairs ng sasakyan, alam din niya. Baka mamaya simpleng pagtanggal ng gulong, hindi niya alam. Dapat alam din niya. So risk, that kind of risk is what can abrupt, can delay our deliveries, something like that. So dapat alam nung mga driver natin yun. So kaya distribution helps in diversifying the risk associated to supply chain disruptions by having multiple distribution centers and optimize transportation routes, companies can better manage and mitigate risk caused by factors such as natural disasters. Paano kung natural disasters na yung mga na-encounter? Yung political instability, then transportation disruption. So, yun yung mga binabanggit natin example kanina. Okay? Dapat at least, yung simpleng pagtanggal ng gulong, alam ng driver. Paano kung hindi alam? So, magkaantay pa siya. So, inabot na siya ng siyam-siyam bago dumating yung yung rescue. Something like that from their company. Okay? Another is inventory management. So, and this is another important role. So, inventory management, distribution continues to efficiently to efficient inventory management. By ensuring products are delivered on time, companies can reduce the need of holding large inventories. This lowers what? Sabi nga, reducing large inventories. This lowers holding costs kapag maliit lang yung ating warehouse. Pero pagka malaki yung ating warehouse, we need to what? We need to occupy every space. Kailangan punuin natin yun. So pagka malaki yung warehouse natin, malaki din yung ating babayaran. Pagka maliit yung warehouse, maliit lang din yung ating holding costs. Do you understand? Next is supply chain resilience. So another reason, a well-planned distribution strategy enhance the overall resilience of the supply chain. Diversifying distribution channels and having contingency plans in place can help the supply chain adapt to unforeseen disruptions. So, para maging resilience tayo, dapat yung mga hindi natin nakikita na disruptions, like for example, mga hindi natin nakikita, like floods, no? Hindi naman natin alam kung baha yung dadaanan natin eh. Hindi rin natin alam kung may bagyo dun sa dadaanan natin. Hindi natin alam kung nag-earthquake, something like that, no? So, hindi rin natin alam kung may natumbang poste. Okay, we call it what? Supply chain resilience. So, dapat meron tayong backup in cases like that. Do you understand? Okay? Then, competitive advantage, number 8. Competitive advantage, an efficient distribution network can be significant source of competitive advantage. Ano daw sabi? Efficient distribution network. What do you mean by that? Efficient. So, we are talking of network, no? So, ito yung connection between companies and companies or supply chain to another supply chain. So, hindi lang dapat isa. Okay? So, we are talking of network. So, it could be multiple. Dapat madami. Okay? So, siyempre, dapat, maganda rin yung performance ng bawat company. So, another reason is what? Sustainability and environmental responsibility. Distribution can impact companies' environmental footprint such as what? Carbon footprint. So, yung mga gumagamit ng mga vehicle na di gasolina, so malakas ang contribution yan pagdating sa carbon footprint. No? So, hindi natin po pwedeng hindi naman masasabi na kung yun lang talaga ang available na types of channel sa ating lugar, wala tayong magagawa. So, we need to be productive and we need to make use of that. Pero kung available na ang alin, yung electronic delivery, something like that, no? So, pwede rin naman. Okay? So, we call it sustainability. So, mas tatagal at mas mapapakinabangan natin ang gusto if we are using what? Environmental sustainable equipment or vehicles that we'll be using in our delivery system. Then, number 10, information flow. Effective distribution channels also facilitate the flow of information within the supply chain. Timely information on order status, inventory levels, delivery schedules helps, no? In better planning and decision making. So dapat we need to what? Have an inventory level. So level, we are referring to what? Level of stock ng ating mga produktong dinideliver. Kung kaunti, dapat marami. Kung marami, dapat may schedule kung kailan. Okay? And of course, it will going to help us in what? Planning and decision making. You understand? Information flow ang tawag natin doon. Then next is customer loyalty and repeat business. So from the word itself, no? Customer loyal, magiging loyal sa ating yung mga customers natin kapag bilis tayo mag-deliver. And of course, there will be a repeat business. Uulit at uulit yan whether we like it or yes. Okay? Then, meron pa ba? Okay, so we call it what? Why? Ano yung mga reasons? So those are the reasons why is it vital in the supply chain. Distribution is a critical component of the supply chain that directly impacts and have the customer satisfaction, operational efficiency, and cost management, and the company's competitive position. It is the link. No? It is the link that connects producer to the end consumer. And its importance cannot be understood in achieving supply chain objectives and overall business success. Okay, so let us continue. So let's go with at least a little history of what is a supply chain. Okay, the historical development of supply chain is what? It has evolved significantly over time, reflecting changes in technology, infrastructure, and consumer demands. No? Here are some examples of historical development of what? Saan ba nagsimula yan? Okay? So, unang-una, number one is the ancient times. No? Yung tatawag nating barter system. So, I hope you understand what is barter. So, in the early civilization, people exchanged goods directly through barter. There was no formal distribution system. Formal, no? So, dito nagsimula siya, no? Dito sumakay. Sino? Si business tycoon, si John Gokong Wei. Kaya nabuo yung corporation niya like the Universal Robina Corporation here in our country. And he is the owner also of the what? Robinson's Land and Robinson's. No? Sino? Si John Gokong Wei. So the trade was based on immediate needs and proximity. So when we are talking of proximity, we are talking of distance. So malayo or malapit, something like that. The next is localized trade. So what do you mean by localized trade? So this would be the pre-industrial revolution. Kailan ba nagsimula ang industrial revolution? After the war. Okay? As societies developed, localized trade became more common. Local merchants and craftsmen produced and sold goods in a small market through word of mouth. Distribution was limited to the immediate what? Vicinity. So on this particular time, limited pa ang distribution. Something like that. So sabi lang, ang ginagamit lang is what? Word of mouth. Okay? Do you understand what is meant by word of mouth? So pagka may nag-deliver sa'yo, kakanta na yun. Kakalat na yun, ibig sabihin. Mababalita na yun. So kasi nga, word of mouth yung ginagamit. Number 3 is the Silk Road. Ano ba yung Silk Road? So Silk Road, from the 1st century BC up to the 14th century AD, the Silk Road was a network of trade routes connecting east and west. Parang isang diretsong kalsada lang yan, ano? Nagko-connect sa east and west. It allowed the distribution, for the distribution of valuable goods such as silk, spices, and precious metals across the vast distances, facilitating cross-cultural exchanges. So, ibig sabihin ng cross-cultural, maraming bansa nagpa-participate yan. No? Ang dumadaan dyan sa Silk Road na yan, it is what? It is a link, no? It's a connection from east and west, something like that. No? So, we need to understand that it could be the best way para gamitin to distribute our product kasi ang daming dadaan ng mga bansa when we are talking of east and west. So dito sa atin we belong to the east na and west papuntang wala naman sa atin yung Silk Road na yan. So I'm not very sure with my answer but it is a connecting point no from east and west. Okay. Then we have the mercantilism from 16th century up to the 18th century. This will be during the mercantilist era. Okay, European nations sought to build and control global empires. Colonial powers established a mercantile system of distribution where goods were produced in colonies and sent to the mother country promoting economic growth. So, ibig sabihin, pag marami kang like in China, napakaraming dynasty. So, it's very what? It is very easy for them to distribute the product. It's because they are promoting what? Economic growth, no? So, kita naman natin ang pag-asenso ng China. Iwan na iwan ang Pilipinas. Sad to say, na? Okay. Then we have the Industrial Revolution that will be from 18th century up to the 19th century. So when we say Industrial Revolution, dito na umusbong yung mga different industrialists like yung mga factories na yan. So, doon na umusbong. So, brought about significant changes in the distribution. So, nagkaroon na ng pagbabago sa distribution. Kasi, meron na silang tinatawag na mass production, maramihan. Okay? So, they are using, for trains, they are using steam engine para sa trains saka sa barko. And improved transportation system. So, ginagamit na rin yung railroads and what? Canals, no? So, yung canals na yan, tinutukoy natin yung Suez Canal. Suez Canal is from, I think, if I'm not mistaken, nasa Africa. So, they have that kind of technology na talagang malapit yung ruta. Ito yung ruta ang pinakamalapit para makapunta ka agad ng India, something like na. Hindi mo ikutin yung buong mapa ng buong geography ng planet Earth para ikutin at napaka-expensive na pag inikot mo. Pero mag-shortcut ka na lang dito sa Suez Canal. Pero itong Suez Canal is na punto, no? Nagpayaman din sa Egypt. Hanggang ngayon, umiiral yung Suez Canal na yan. Suez. Z-U-E-S. Suez. Suez Canal. Yun yung spelling, okay? So, any question? Okay? So, that is on the Industrial Revolution. Then, we have the mail order catalogs. Ito yung mga nakikita natin sa this started from the late 19th century. Mail order catalogs like Sears, Roebuck, allowed consumer to order directly by mail and delivered to their homes. This marked the beginning of modern direct consumer distribution, mail order. So, at ito yung parang sulat. So, yung nag-deliver siya parang kartero rin. Kasi mail order. So, through mail, they are distributing their products. The number 7, the chain stores and department stores, no? Late 19th century up to the early 20th century. The rise of chain stores. So, nagkaroon na sila ng mga branches. So, madali. So, kapag mas malapit ka doon sa branch na yun, sila na mag-deliver nun. These stores offered a wide range of product under one roof, making shopping more convenient to consumer. Sino ba hindi maging convenient? Kasi yung dito mo nakita yung product pero iba yung nag-deliver. Kasi marami na silang what? Chain. Tawag natin doon is chain stores and department stores. Then the rise of supermarket. So we are talking about history, history. The rise of supermarkets. Supermarkets with their self-service format and focus on groceries transform the way people shop for foods. And the concept of self-selection and lower prices appeal to the consumer, something like that, no? Concept of self-selection, tayong mamimili ng mga product na bibili natin. Okay? Then, globalization and modern supply chains. So this from 20th century. Advanced transportation, communication, and technology led to globalization of distribution practices. Supply chains expanded to include global sourcing, multiple distribution centers, and complex logistic network. So, medyo naging komplikado na distribution on the 20th century. Do you understand? Okay? Then, of course, number 10, e-commerce. So, this will be from late 20th century up to the present. The advent of internet and e-commerce platform revolutionized distribution. Once again, consumer could shop online and companies could sell products where directly to consumer. So this shift led to development of sophisticated online distribution models and fulfillment centers. So dito na pumapasok yung binabanggit kanina na drone delivery, so application of technology in the distribution management. No? Then, number 11 is what? Just-in-time inventory this from late 20th century up to present with the advancement of supply chain and management and technology. Many companies adopted just-in-time inventory practice for reducing the need of what? Large warehousing. So, hindi mo kailangan. And optimizing distribution by ensuring products are available when and where they are needed. Kung kailan lang siya kailangan. Okay? So, we call it just in time. So, nagsimula siya late 20th century and up to the present. And of course, dumating na rin yung omnichannel retail. So, starting from 21st century, so modern distribution practices involved in omnichannel retail where companies provide a seamless shopping experience across physical stores at the same time and it delivered and using what? Online platforms like Lazada, like Shopee, etc. with the multiple distribution delivery options. Example, ship to store, curbside pickup, and same day delivery. Okay? Then of course, sustainability and green distribution from the 21st century. Ito na tayo ngayon. Okay? In response to environmental concerns, there is a growing emphasis on sustainable distribution practices, including optimizing transportation routes, using what? Google Maps and Waze, something like that. No? Friendly packaging, hindi na siya nakaka-damage ng environment. Then reducing carbon footprint to distribution network. So, nakakabawas at tumutulong sa pag-protect ng ating environment, yung ating distribution strategy right now. The historical development of distribution practice reflects the evolution of society and technology and consumer behavior. It demonstrates how distribution has adapted to meet changing demands and will continue to evolve as new technologies and consumer preferences emerge. Okay? So what are the trends? Now, let's go with the trends. Ano ba yung mga trends na nakapaloob sa distribution management? So number 1, e-commerce growth. Kasi yun yung trend, no? Kung hindi ka susunod sa trend, mapag-iiwanan tayo, no? So it's because our time right now is what? Computer or internet, no? So e-commerce growth at lumawak na yung growth nung lumawak na e-commerce sa atin, no? Sa business environment natin. The rise of e-commerce has transformed distribution practices. Consumers increasingly expect quick and convenient online shopping experiences. Ito na hinahanap ng mga tao, driving the needs for efficient last mile delivery solutions and distribution centers optimized for online fulfillment. So, yan na hinahanap ng mga customer. Another is omni-channel. Yung binanggit ko kaninang earlier, no? Omni-channel retail. Companies are adopting omni-channel strategies to provide seamless shopping experience across multiple channels, uh, including they have a physical store and at the same time they have online platforms or mobile applications and social media. This trend requires integrated distribution to meet customer demands effectively. So, yan na yung mga diskarte ngayon. Yun yung trend. Ano pa? Number 3 na trend, data analytics. The use of data analytics, advanced and technologies like artificial intelligence. Yung ating uh, uh, palamak ngayon na ginagamit. No? And machine learning is becoming more common distribution. Predictive analytics help optimize inventory levels and route planning and demand forecasting. So, ginagamit na rin yung strategy na yan para ma-optimize or magamit yung data analytics. Okay, then sustainable distribution as environmental concern grows. Companies are focusing on sustainable distribution practices. It includes green logistics, reducing carbon emissions, minimizing packaging waste. Yan yung mga sinusunod ng mga companies ngayon para masuste or tumagal yung kanilang companies. Otherwise, the government will going to decide to lock their business and shut down their operation kapag hindi sila sumusunod sa ganito. Okay, green logistics, carbon emissions, and minimizing packaging is to make our business, or if we belong on the supply chain, okay, so we need to follow this. And evolving customer expectation. So consumers have high expectation regarding delivery speed, accuracy, and flexibility. Meeting this expectation. These are the expectation of the customer. Kapag hindi natin pin-provide, they will going to look for another supplier. So that's the sad reality. Kailangan is sumunod tayo. Okay? Then, of course, number 6 is direct to consumers or DTC model kung tawagin. More manufacturers are adopting DTC to sell their products directly to consumer bypassing traditional retail channels. Yung binanggit ko kanina retail at trade channels nawawala na yan. So from manufacturer to consumer na strategy nila. Something like that. Then this trend requires companies to establish efficient DTC distribution system. Okay? Then globalization. Expanding to international market is a common strategy for growth. Managing global distribution networks present challenges related to customs and regulations, cultural differences, and the distance. Kasi nga, we are talking of globalization. Ibig sabihin nun is we are talking of we need to have a global strategy. So we need to have distribution, a global distribution network should be present related customs, regulations, and cultural differences. And so we need to adapt that kind of strategy. Okay, those are the trends. So, wala namang magtatanong eh. So, tuloy na lang natin. So, let's go with the different challenges. Challenges that we are meeting on distribution management. So, like, for example, number one challenge, like supply chain disruptions. So, natural disasters, geopolitical conflicts, what else? Uh, Unforeseen events like what? Yung COVID-19 pandemic can disrupt distribution networks, highlighting pero lang tayo ng pandemic, hindi naman namatay yung supermarket business. Pero yung ibang nasa distribution network, wala. Talagang tigil. Okay, highlighting the need for a robust contingency. So we need to have what? A very good contingency plan to what? To mitigate this type of problem. Well, hindi natin kayang pigilan yung yung pandemic, yung geopolitical conflicts, saka unforeseen events. No? Hindi natin mapipigilan yan. So, challenges yan. Another challenge is inventory management. Balancing the need to maintain an adequate inventory levels to meet customer demand with the goal of minimizing carrying costs and obsolescence costs can be challenging. So, ano yung ano yung goal niyan? So, ma-minimize natin yung carrying cost. Carrying cost is the same thing with what? Holding cost. Okay, saka yung obsolescence, no? Kasi sira yan. So, ibig sabihin, pagka nasira sa atin, waste na natin yan. Can be what? Very challenging. Okay? So, that is another challenge. And of course, the last mile delivery from distribution centers to customer doorstep is what? Often most expensive and logistically complex part of the distribution process. Finding the cost-effective solution for a last mile delivery is a challenge. What if last mile mo is what? Merong ilog, tatawid, may hirapan tayo. Pero kung we have a mitigation for that, so madali lang. Okay? So last mile delivery yan. So yun yung papunta na sa ating customers. So capacity constraint. Kulang yung capacity. So distribution centers and transportation network can face capacity constraints during peak periods such as holiday season. Ensuring sufficient capacity is what? And flexibility to meet peak demand is critical. So, baliit lang yung wala tayong warehouse, something like that. Kaya nagkakaroon ng problema. So challenge sa ating mga stock, something like that, no? Next challenge is regulatory compliance, no? So hindi tayo sumusunod what are regulations. So must navigate complex regulatory requirements related to transportation and international trade. So non-compliance can result fines and what? Disruptions to distribution network. Baka mapamahal pa tayo kapag hindi tayo sumunod. So might as well, na lang natin. Ang tawag doon, sumunod lang tayo. Another challenge yun. Number 6 is technological adoption. Keeping pace with rapidly evolving technologies from inventory management, software, to advanced tracking of automation system can be significant and challenge for distribution manager, no? Kailangan gumamit na rin tayo ng technology. We need to adapt. Like RFID, GPS, kailangan natin gumamit ng ganyan para mas lalo nating ma-monitor nasan yung shipment, nasan yung product or nasan yung delivery natin. Okay? Then of course, labor shortages. Skilled labor shortages. Wait lang, medyo i-charge ko muna. Isasaksa ko lang para tuloy-tuloy yung discussion. Wait. Okay. Yan. Ayan na, okay na. Nasaan na tayo? Labor shortages, skilled labor shortages, particularly in roles like truck drivers and warehouse workers, can impact distribution operation. Ito nga binabanggit natin kanina na dapat at least man lang yung pagpalit ng gulong may alam ng driver. Eh, baka mamaya, simpleng pagpalit ng gulong, hindi niya kayang gawin pag naplat. Okay? This is exaggerated by labor market dynamics and increasing wages. Mga sweldo ng tao, tumataas din. Siyempre, dapat ipantay din natin yung ating mga tauhan. Number 8, cost pressures, maintaining cost effectiveness while meeting customer expectation for fast and convenient delivery can be very challenging. Tumataas yung cost ng fuel, tumataas. So that is a challenge for companies. So we need to make it anticipate. We need to anticipate that this will going to happen. Talagang nangyayari ito, no? So rising fuel costs and other operational expenses further this particular challenge. Number 9, what else? We're talking of different challenges. Ito yung issues, yung problems. Complexity in supply chain. As supply chain become more complex due to globalization and omnichannel retailing. So managing these intricate networks present challenge in terms of coordination, risk management. So we need to manage it very effectively and very efficiently. So kasi nga napaka-complex ng supply chain. Maraming dapat pag-aralan sa supply chain. Okay? Then, security and theft. So, protecting goods is in transit and in warehouse from theft and damages is an ongoing challenge for distribution management. So, nasagot natin to kanina. Like, we need to apply insurance policies for our products and for our vehicles, na para just in case na magkaroon ng ganito. So, in protecting our goods while in transit, so meron tayong pinanghawakan insurance. So, meron mag-shoulder nung ating mga produkto. Okay? Then, successful distribution management involves not only recognizing these trends and challenges, but also implementing strategies and technologies to address them. Companies that can adapt to changing customer expectation, optimize their distribution network, and navigate the complexities in today's business environment with better positioned success. Okay. So for our CLO, so this will be our course learning outcome for the topic that I discussed. So we will be analyzing the role and importance of distribution management in the supply chain operation. So how do we analyze? So analyzing the role, number 1, strategic role of distribution management can be, or distribution management is a core function within the broader supply chain system. It bridges the gap between production and consumption, okay, ensuring that goods and services flow efficiently from suppliers up to the end customers. Its strategic roles are what? Ano yung mga strategic roles niya? Designing. We need to design the distribution network. Then, of course, you need to optimize the flow. Pag na-design mo yung network, i-optimize mo naman yung flow. Then, customer experience enabler. Okay? Then, agility and responsiveness. So what do you mean by that? Especially in dynamic markets, it enables quick response, kaya ang agility. And response to what? Demand shifts, seasonal variations, and disruptions recovery. So that very agile tayo dyan. Then, ano pa? Operational functions and integration. So what are the functions? So distribution management integrates multiple logistics functions to streamline supply chain operation. Ano na yung mga function? Nandun yung let's say for example, in inventory management. So what will be the role of distribution management? It balances availability with cost control using system like JIT and BMI. BMI is also a what? Inventory management. Okay? Then, of course, warehousing. Ano yung role ni distribution management? Provide storage, consolidation, and sorting facilities to enable timely distribution. Ito yung role ni distribution. Ito yung gagawin mo. Kaya nga, role in operation. Okay? Then, what else for? Function, order fulfillment. So, it will going to coordinate order processing, picking, packing, and what? Dispatching. Okay? So, yun yung dapat nating malaman sa ating pinag-usapan. Okay? Ating discussion. Ano pa? For transportation, what is the role? No? Manage mode of selection, route, optimization, and cost control for delivery. As much as possible, we need to control the cost. No? Hanggat maaari, yung pinakababang cost ang gamitin natin for delivering our product. And we need to select the mode of the mode of transportation and route up to optimization. Dapat as much as possible yung pinaka mabilis na way papunta dun sa ating delivery area. Then, of course, for technology integration, uses WMS, TMS, RFID, barcodes, and real-time tracking to improve visibility of our product para mas madali natin makita. Distribution also feeds real-time data to demand planners, procurement teams, and suppliers, creating closed loop system. And that boosts responsiveness and efficiency. So, ano ba importance of achieving supply chain goals? No? Unang-una, we need to get the customer satisfaction and loyalty. So, we need to provide the right product, the right place at the right time with following different aspects like order accuracy, delivery speed, and return management. So, meron tayong order, will be for damage, meron tayong return management. Okay? So, ano pa yung cost efficiency? When we say cost efficiency, distribution often represents large share of logistics costs like warehouse expenses, transportation, and fuel and labor, the last mile delivery efficiency. Yung mga aspects na dapat nating tutukan on cost efficiency. Then for effective distribution, so we need to have redundant handling, storage costs, and stock outs and overstocks. No? So, tingnan natin on the part of company. No? Then for another important is market expansion and reach. So anong gagawin natin? So enter new geographic markets, no? As much possible, dagdagan natin mga clients, no? Para marami tayong deliver. Offer diverse delivery models like TTC, dropshipping, or BOPIS, or etc. Partner with third-party logistics on 3PL to scale the operation. So ano ba yung 3PL? Third-party logistics. Meron ba tayo niyan dito sa Pilipinas? Meron. Marami. So, nandiyan si Grab. Third-party logistics ang tawag natin dyan. So, si Lalamove. So, kung gusto natin pa-deliver, gagamit tayo, wala tayong pan-deliver, gumamit tayo ng third parties, makakatipid tayo, hindi tayo bumili ng sakyan. Kaya yung sakyan ginamit natin, doon sa kay Lalamove, kay Grab. So, hindi sa atin yan. So, ang mahal ng mga yun. Diba? Magkano isang sakyan? Kalahating milyon ang katumba, something like that. So, hindi tayo bibili nun. Gagamit na lang tayo. Okay? Then for safety, ano yung mga dapat natin comply? Green logistics, regular adherence. No? So, yan yung gagawin natin kapag distribution compliance. This will make a distribution not just cost center but value generator aligned with what? CSR and ESG. Role naman in managing supply chain risk. No? Try to remember no, that distribution of our product is vulnerable to disruptions. No? Pwedeng ma-disrupt or mantala or maabala. So including what? So we need to understand natural disasters, labor strikes, port congestion, and pandemic-related lockdown. So we need to be aware of it. Kasi hindi kontrolado ng tao to. So we need to be very familiar. Okay? You understand, na? Then, to become resilient, so easy or direct diverse routing, options, technology-enabled forecasting, and contingency plans and emergency logistics. Okay? So, yun yung importance na. And of course, number 5, the differentiator of digital age. In the digital age, na? So, yung instant gratification, hyper-personalization, distribution act as a differentiator to become competitive in the market. So, areas of strength, let's say for speed, na? How distribution contributes. Paano nagko-contribute? Same day delivery, next day delivery, or real-time tracking. Alam, nakikita natin. Si Lazada meron yun. Natatrack natin kung nasa na yung product na in-order natin. Then flexible. So multiple delivery modes like home, store, locker, or pick. Multiple delivery modes. So pili tayo dyan. Okay? Multiple. As much possible, available lahat to. Okay? To become very flexible. Then we need to have to be transparent to our client yung what? Yung GPS kung or yung status or yung updates ng ating delivery kung nasaan na talaga. So we need to share the information we are getting from the what? Our global positioning system or GPS. Kung nasaan na yung delivery natin. Then for personalization, we need to what? How this distribution contributes, customize delivery slots, packaging, and services. Okay? For return handling, seamless reverse logistics, and refund processing, dapat meron tayo yan. Okay? So, hindi mo pwedeng wala. Kailangan palitan natin yung product if it is defective or factory defect or meron depresyo talaga yung product or sira yung product. Why distribution management matters? Bakit? Kasi distribution management is not just a support function. Kasi part ng role ng isang company to distribute or to deliver our product. It is a strategic enabler of supply chain. It continues to what? Achieving operational efficiency and cost control, enhancing customer satisfaction, responding swiftly to market changes and disruption, and what? Building competitive advantage in global and digital markets. Then promoting environmental and ethical what? Responsibility. Okay? So that's why organizations invest in smart distribution strategies and technologies to gain a clear edge in agility, scalability, and profitability. Okay, these are the references I use so for you to check, no? So you can copy the link na and paste it to your browser para pagbukas niya, you should have internet connection. Like in my case, meron tayong internet connection ngayon. So if we click, no, or copy natin, no, copy. So control click na lang. So copy natin na lang, ano na, nakashare nga pala ako. Control click. Ay, ayaw gumana. Ano ba yan? Copy na lang. Kasi copy natin. Copy, Control C. Then, share natin. Tignan natin sa browser. Ayun. Nakikita nyo ba? Sana nakikita ninyo, no? So, IEC and CUL certified. So, optimize your infrastructure with mini substation designed for safety and performance, no? So, definition, how it works and advantages, makikita nyo lahat yan. So, i-browse nyo na lang yung apa na to, page na to, ano? Para mas malalo nyo maintindihan yung mga sinabi ko dito, ano? So, yun lang, bigyan lang tayo ng example, no? So, I hope, no? This will going to help you to understand more, no? Regarding distribution management is, no? And of course, no, as a assessment, I will be giving quiz for this topic, no, by next meeting. So you should watch this, and di naman na obligation na mag-subscribe, mag-like at mag-share, pero pag gusto nyo, maraming salamat. Pero pagka ayaw nyo naman, di ko naman kayo pipilitan, class, no? So, yun lang, sana naintindihan niyo yung short video na to about distribution or introduction to distribution management. So thank you and good night. Bye-bye. Stop share natin to. Yan. So, bye-bye class.